Okay, so I got my glasses on, and it says H30/31 PICT, and then underneath it says IND.Brazil, so it's made in Brazil. This is not German, but it looks like a 30-pick German carburetor, so you got to go with the 30-pick rebuild process. That's what I'm going to do. There's a video on YouTube, Volkswagen training video that tells you how to adjust your 30-pick carburetor, and that's the process I'm going to use for adjusting the carburetor after I rebuild it. I bought this carburetor brand new in San Francisco, probably in 2008. So we're in 2014 now, so it's about 6 years ago. Never had it rebuilt, never rebuilt it. It's pretty dirty. It looks clean on the outside, but the insides are what get dirty. I guess I let my car sit for a long time, and now that the new gases have ethanol in them, it causes buildup. The ethanol, I don't know what that is. I think it's some kind of corn-based additive, and so when you let it sit, it's just like any other food. It's gonna have enzymes, and it's gonna break down and create a buildup. So I've got to rebuild this thing, or got to clean it up. So I got to get a rebuild kit. You can see the paint mark right here. That paint hasn't been cracked, so that means I've never taken that bolt off. I had to buy an adapter. There's an adapter on this carburetor that doesn't come with it, because I had this is for probably like a 1500 single port engine. I'm not sure, but it doesn't fit on this intake. This is a dual port intake. I don't know if this engine was originally a dual port. I bought this engine off Craigslist. It's not the original engine for this 1969 Westie, but that standoff here at the bottom pushes the carburetor off to the left a little bit, and it increases the size of the that port right there. So it goes from a little port to a bigger port, and this hole is bigger than the one coming out of the carburetor. Plus my alternator is there, and so it gives it more room. It pushes it off to the side, away from the alternator a little bit, so it gives it more space. I converted this to a alternator. It used to be a generator. I did a YouTube video on that a while back, and you could see that there's a wiring for the alternator. It goes from here straight to the positive on the battery, and then there's a wire in the back of it. This blue wire that I put here goes to the starter, and then a couple other wires back here. But from the generator, from the alternator, it's just 3 wires. This one goes to the battery, positive on the battery, and this one goes to the starter, and then there's another one in back. It's a ground wire. It goes from the alternator itself, and I just have it bolted to the body. You can see it's been melted because there was a short, so I need to replace that too. Alright, stage 2 is the carburetor rebuild.